what we wanted to do today is really give you guys a taste of what to expect at our user group conference this year. Obviously, this is the biggest event we throw. We have a tremendous amount of operators. We have a tremendous amount of service providers, and we're really there to help drive best practices, create stakeholder engagement, and to make sure that you guys are able to see, touch, feel all of our products, and to better understand how to use our tools to meet your end goals. So, wanted to talk about kind of how this schedule is going to work. So, it's a 4-day conference, Monday through Thursday. And the first day, what we have is a complete training arm. So this is traditionally what we've always thrown, all-day training. And what we've done is we've broken this up into kind of two different standard components. We have in the morning session, purely PCS training, and we have two different sides of the coin there. So advanced training, like super user admin training, and then we also have kind of intermediate training. Standard technical users, technicians, people who are doing standard customizations, those type of things. So we want to make sure we're giving you guys both options in order to advance your own knowledge of PCS or ask questions, and to make sure we have subject matter experts in the room to help everyone get best use of those tools. After lunch, then we're going to go into a combined training session for the rest of the afternoon, which is going to get really deep into field data collection. From a high level, again, kind of talked about this a little bit. It's what are we trying to get out of these trainings? Which one is best for you? So when we look at the two different training sessions for PCS, we're going to have basic and intermediate training. So what is this? This is going to be best practices, how to use the tool to maximize effectiveness, managing things like your hierarchy, managing reports, standard operations, and kind of standard customization options. We'll get into user-defined fields, custom UDFs, things like that, in order to help drive some more configuration in the tool. But we'll also have a PCS advanced training. We know that there are a tremendous amount of super users, PCS admins across entire pipeline organizations that attend these trainings. So we want to give you a higher level look. So these are going to be very much admin based. This is going to be advanced workflows, architecture. We're going to get into advanced bridging, integrating with third-party systems, all of those tools and knowledge bases in order to help you maximize PCS for your teams. So in the afternoon session, just to give a little bit deeper dive in what we're doing there, we want to have, obviously with the release of our next generation field data collection applications and hardware, we want to make sure that we are going through a comprehensive look at training for annual and periodic inspections. So test points, rectifiers, bonds, how to use this, best practices. We'll go really deep into ECDA capabilities, so close interval survey, DCVG, analyzing and managing waveforms, utilizing the DVM, integrating with PCS, and then go really deep into PCS Survey Manager as well, which has been very, very well received and has been being adopted at a pretty expansive rate. So we'll talk about wireless syncing, how you're managing CI data, how you're managing your annual periodic surveys in that wireless environment. So really excited to kind of see you guys in these trainings. These are always very well attended, but one of the best things you get out of this is you have other operators in those rooms asking questions, and a lot of interaction happens. So there's a lot more best practice transfer across the industry than just having subject matter experts kind of telling you how things work. So really excited to see you guys at the training side. If you have any questions, please let us know. If there's anything you'd like to know about these training sessions, we have a lot of resources, our customer service, your sales reps, and all of our marketing team to help you kind of steer where you'd like to go. So this is just kind of some screenshots of last year's user group. I mean, like I said, it's our marquee event. We're expecting a large audience this year. Across all different industry types, gas distribution, transmission, everything else. So we're really excited to do this. It's always very hands-on, always interactive, and a lot of social activities in order to make sure that you can interact with us, you can interact with your other colleagues in the industry, and ultimately see, touch, and play with all of our equipment, tools, hardware, and to make sure that you walk out with a really, really comprehensive and positive view on anything that we're doing to help you guys in the corrosion control industry. So when we break down user group, we do this in kind of tracks. Sometimes I think the I think from last year, some of the comments were there was a very positive vibe that there was a lot of things to potentially go to, almost too much for people to choose from. But we always want to give you guys choices when you're coming to our user group, because one topic may be impactful for you and one topic may not. So we want to give you two different tracks in order to really maximize your time. So one track's going to be solely focused on pipeline compliance software, the PCS platform, and all of our field data collection tools. And we also have a remote monitoring and a field services track. So kind of go into some examples of what you'd be expecting in some of these tracks. From PCS software, we're going to go through analyzing, reporting on ECDA data within Survey Manager and in PCS in order to manage all of your close interval survey, ACCA, ACVG, DCVG, all that data types. We're also going to go into things like how to maximize field data collection at PCS to get all of your atmospheric surveys managed, configured, and to have that workflow be seamless within your corrosion control environment. And then also go really deep into things like maximizing PCS and integrating it into third-party systems, the Maximos, the SAPs, GIS, all those things that we know that people are needing and doing in the industry, and making sure we're providing you guys best practices. On the flip side, we have remote monitoring and field services. So this is going to be focused on things like using remote monitors to monitor and maintain AC mitigation. How do you install and manage your remote monitors? I mean, we have so many different options there now, web-based. We have local application support for offline installation at site. We just want to make sure that we're giving you guys the tools you need to do your job. And then also with our Triton triple coupon station has become such a popular tool, especially with its expansion of the mega rule. How do you install it? What are the proper techniques of using permanent reference cells? And how do you swap them out? So these are just a taste and a flavor. We have a lot more content and on our website and in the links that we're going to be providing, you have a full breakdown of the agenda as well. So some things that we also don't want you to miss because we're really excited about it. We have PHMSA coming to our user group. And obviously, since this is focused on regulatory compliance, we want to have the ability for everyone to see and feel and hear from PHMSA as well. So we have both Bill Lowry and Thomas Finch, who are the community liaisons for PHMSA and DOT. So we're really excited to have them a part of this, and because we're all in this together. We're also going to be offering a very deep look into our hardware and software roadmaps. All these tools are purpose built for you as end users. So we want to make sure that you can see, where are we going with PCS? Where are we going with our field data collection? Where are we going with remote monitors? We want you to give us feedback to make sure we're continuing to keep your confidence. And it's a really important thing for us. We want to make sure we're opening the books and kind of letting you in under the hood a bit. So, and then we have other really key presentations from some of our industry partners, such as Bass Engineering. So they're going to be going into things like AC interference and mitigation solutions. Very, very popular topic. Very well attended. So just a couple of hits outside of the normal agenda to make sure you guys can see what we're trying to provide to you and ultimately how we're going to try to bring value. So again, we kind of talked about this before, but we also know that you sitting in a room listening to us and our industry partners talk all day can sometimes be a little bit cumbersome. So we always want to offer tons of networking and social activities. So from our mariachi bands to our happy hours to casino night, we have a lot of ways to interact with your industry colleagues, with AI. We just want to give you a little bit of chance to blow off some steam and actually have a little bit of fun in between talking about PCS and remote monitoring. So one of the other really exciting things we have is we have our keynote speakers. This is going to be James Cross and Jim Shower from Energy WorldNet. They're actually the podcast group that does Coffee with Jim and James. So they're going to be coming to user group in order to give some key leadership presentations. We always try to focus on some leadership-oriented keynote speaking side, and then they're going to be running a podcast Tuesday and Wednesday at AI World. So be ready to be interviewed and to be pursued by our keynote speakers. So we're really excited about them being there and really appreciate their ability to come and bring some value to AI World.
And Justin, if I could pop in here about Jim and James, they're going to be talking about what we need to do in our industry for filling the pipeline with our people. right? Taking your place at the table, as they say.
Great. Thank you, Sarah, very much. All right. The user group always culminates on Thursday with a field trip to the AI headquarters in North Austin. So why do we do this? So we load you guys up in buses. We take you out to our headquarters. This is actually a live picture from last year. There's one thing about talking and showing and training on our tools, but a lot of times we need to, there's a big impact in putting these tools in your guys' hands, showing you on live pipelines how these work. Also being able to meet the wider AI family and our employees and our team members. So, what does this mean? So you have a full session at our headquarters to get hands-on time with our products. We have our full buried pipeline. We have infrastructure at our location. Putting these tools in your guys' hands and being able to ask questions and trying to figure out how things can work optimally for your operating profile is really important to us. So, giving you another opportunity just to interact with us, but interact with our tools. We'll have all of our team members available on site to address. So if there's need for offsite, for meetings in the periphery, for questions, answers, meeting our technical support representatives that you're working with, all of that is very much in the foreground. So we will have a live preview of our next generation test point remote monitors as well on site. So we're very excited to show you guys some things that are coming out soon. So you're going to be able to get a little bit of hands-on time with things that we're really excited to show off for our 24 product release strategy. And then ultimately, showcase all of our different field equipment, from field data collection, remote monitoring, Triton test stations, anything you want to see live, we have ready staged, and you'll have hands-on time. And ultimately, if people are on the fence, or maybe this is the first time you're thinking about attending, what do you get out of users group? There's a couple of key points that I think is really important to make sure that everyone feels comfortable with. So first off, this is about best practice and really focusing on mitigating the impact of, the part 2, part 3 mega rule expansion. Like, do you know how to use these tools to give you guys complete compliance protection with the impending regulations that are already forefront, already coming down the pipe? How do you use and maintain and have compliance with all these products? There's a lot of different types. We just want to make sure that you have all the information in your hands and to get that hands-on time. Other side is we're fully accredited and we issue out all AMP professional development hours, the PEU hours, for anyone attending AI World. So there's an ancillary benefit that if you need some extra credentials to keep things running smoothly with your AMP credentials, we're going to be issuing those certificates out for all attendees for all 3 days. And then ultimately, and to me, the most important thing you're getting from AI World is not only hands-on experience, but it's the networking and integration with your industry colleagues. It's one thing for American Innovations to tell you guys how great our tools are, and we definitely feel that we have some of the best tools in the industry, but learning and hearing from your industry colleagues who are using these is the biggest impact that we have been able to provide. It's connecting people and making sure that everyone learns from others. And not only that from your colleagues, but also from our subject matter experts. We also have a great showing and a great attendance of some really key partners that we have in industry that have all helped for many decades now to bring these tools to the forefront. So we have Trimble, we have EOS Gold, we have Mesa, we have Bass Engineering, Energy WorldNet, Lake Superior Consulting, Juniper Systems, BK Corrosion, all of these major partners from a reseller to service providers to equipment providers that help you guys do your jobs. We want to make sure that we're facilitating some of that networking so that you can see other tools even outside of AI tools. And then ultimately, if you need your DVM calibrated, we're going to be able to be there on site. If you hand it to us, we will get it to you before you leave. And so you'll be ready for the 24 survey season. If you haven't registered, want to make sure that we're kind of breaking down a little bit of what you can expect to get out of AI World. So we have a couple of different tracks. We have a training and conference track, so the full gamut. So Monday through Thursday. But let's say you're pressed for time, but you just want to get into the training session. We can just sign up just for the training session on Monday. Or if you just want to be in the conference and let's say Monday, you're stuck doing work and admin, but you can get out for Tuesday, Wednesday, then obviously we want to make that option. There's a lot of ways to get involved and to get kind of more transparency on our schedule, everything we have planned. So we have a QR code here if you want to scan that. You can also reach out to sales@aiworldwide.com or customer service@aiworldwide.com, your sales rep, a lot of different pathways in order to get socialized and everything that we're having planned for you. And then we have our direct link right off our website, aiworldwide.com /AI world. So right on our website, you can have links to our user group conference to get better information. So